Hi there, Andrew Lessman here with our monthly special. Well, monthly specials because there's going to be 4 of them. It was hard to choose, and I figured there'd be a common thread between all of them. They're all plant-based ingredients this month, and they all share in common the fact that all of them historically, traditionally, have been viewed as parts of traditional medicine, healthy remedies for centuries, even for, in some cases, for over 1,000 years. So it's exciting to talk about each of these now because, as I often talk about cranberry has become pretty much the poster child for a traditional medical ingredient that has gotten the validation of modern science and modern medicine. And we'll talk about cranberry in a moment. We'll also be talking about our green foods, which is the perfect blend of the 5 most important green foods. But I wanted to start with cinnamon and with a related product with berberine. And cinnamon, we want to start there because it's an area that for decades there was a tremendous amount of inquiries I received about cinnamon, not specifically about cinnamon, but about blood pressure. Blood sugar. Blood pressure is the other area that I've gotten a number of requests. Unfortunately, in terms of supplements, there's no ingredient, as there are ingredients for blood sugar, that give us an opportunity to support our endeavors, to support our efforts, to support the efforts of our doctors to help us manage our blood sugar level. And certainly, whether we're talking about blood pressure or whether we're talking about blood sugar, both of those are critical components of our health management, that if we want to reduce our cardiovascular risk, our stroke risk, we really need to manage those 2 numbers, our blood pressure and our blood sugar, our fasting blood sugar, or our A1C. Unfortunately, as I said before, with blood pressure, it's a little more difficult. Certainly, there's things like coenzyme Q10 and healthy omega-3s that contribute to all our other efforts. But when it comes to blood sugar, cinnamon and berberine are 2 ingredients that can have a profound impact and support us in terms of all the other efforts that I know or hopefully we're all making in terms of managing healthy blood sugar, helping our body manage insulin metabolism as well. So cinnamon was the first ingredient that finally had achieved a level of scientific support such that when someone was inquiring to me, which has been happening for decades, inquiring about an ingredient they could take to support healthy blood sugar levels, originally I would respond with things like B vitamins or certain trace minerals, something like chromium, or something like NAC or alpha lipoic acid, these ingredients that are supportive and beneficial to what our body is engaging in that type of biochemistry. But when it came to cinnamon extract, the specific way we go about extracting cinnamon here, that was the first time an ingredient that I perceived could make a significant difference in how effectively our body can manage its blood sugar and also manage insulin metabolism. And similarly, berberine. Berberine is an extract of the barberry root. It's actually closely related to turmeric. And berberine recently has had a tremendous amount of very positive clinical studies and research published on its ability to support and promote healthy blood sugar levels. So whether you're looking for cinnamon extract or berberine extract, and together the 2 work remarkably well. Cinnamon is a single small capsule daily. Berberine, barberry extract, is going to be 2 capsules or 1 capsule taken with each meal. That's why the sizes of our berberine product are much larger sizes, because with cinnamon you're taking simply 1 capsule, at most 2 capsules daily. With berberine you're going to be taking 1 or 2 capsules with each meal. And that's the way, following the clinical studies, you'll get the greatest benefits. And again, the only reason we make these products is based on the clinical studies. So it really pays to follow the clinical studies if those are the results that's encouraging you to try it, and certainly encouraging and supporting the creation of that product in the first place. So most of us in our society, we have challenges when it comes to our body weight, whether we're a little bit overweight, whether we're obese, whether we just inherited genes from our parents that have contributed to our having challenges with the manner in which our body manages blood sugar. Cinnamon extract is a wonderful, natural, supportive ingredient that could help our efforts in that regard. Whether it's watching our diet, the intake of sugar, the intake of carbohydrate, whether it's watching our body weight, because to the extent we can improve our body composition and lower our body fat, we're going to improve our body's ability to manage its blood sugar. So whether it's cinnamon extract, which is really the foundational ingredient in that regard, or whether it's going to be berberine, barberry root extract, that's the sort of the second step you could take. Both remarkably effective and both very exciting ingredients. And of course, the way we formulate them to follow the research and follow the science, so you can count on the benefits you might be reading about when you do this kind of research out on the internet. And today, of course, when we're talking about all four of these monthly specials, these are not typical Today Special ingredients, so their monthly special pricing is effectively today's special pricing. So when you're getting the cinnamon or the berberine, it's almost buy one, get one free. So there's great savings. So next, we will talk about cranberry extract. Cranberry extract, no one really needs to learn what cranberry extract is for. We've all heard about it, whether our doctor has told us or others have told us. But cranberry extract, it is the traditional ingredient that's been used for hundreds of years to support the health of our bladder, kidneys, urinary tract. The reviews on this product is incredible, just as the reviews on cinnamon and berberine. These are products with virtually perfect reviews. I think 4.7 or 4.8 stars with close to 97, 98% positive reviews. So virtually unanimously positively reviewed products between cinnamon and as well cranberry. And these are both products that when you use them, you know quickly whether they're working or whether they're not working. And cranberry is something that I've always talked in terms of, if you want to find the perfect example, or as I say, the poster child for a natural ingredient that has also now been adopted and accepted and embraced by modern science, modern doctors, medicine, you're looking at cranberry. So our cranberry, it's evolved over the almost 30 years we've been making it. And it's a cranberry extract that, as you could say, that evolution of that product has been quite successful because if you read the reviews, it's virtually perfectly reviewed. What I always say about cranberry extract, if you look at how our urinary tract, bladder, kidneys, how they all function, I always say the best time to take cranberry is at the end of the day. Some folks take a capsule in the morning, a capsule in the evening. I take one capsule at the end of the day. The reason why I do that is obviously our kidneys are constantly working throughout the day. Obviously, our bladder fills during the day, and every few hours we empty our bladder during the day. What portion of the day do we spend the longest time without having emptying the bladder? Meaning that the contents of the bladder exert an influence on that bladder, and that would be at night while we sleep. So, because also at night, our kidneys tend to slow down a little bit, so they're not filling the bladder at the same rate, forcing you to need to empty it, even though most of us, as we get older, both men and women, we might have more urinary frequency issues, which require us to perhaps empty our bladder in the evening. But part of the design is for that not to happen. So we tend to hold the contents of our bladder there for a longer period of time. What better opportunity to give our bladder to experience the benefits of cranberry than to take it in the evening? So for those who take it morning and evening, perfect. For those of you who are taking one capsule per day, as I do, I like to take it in the evening. So again, our cranberry extract, the reviews speak volumes. The price is, again, best pricing ever on this. And literally, I think just a little more than a dime a capsule. So incredibly affordable. You take one capsule per day. It's basically, you're talking about a product that costs, I think, around 14 cents a capsule, thereabouts, 13 cents a capsule. So incredibly affordable. Last, but certainly not least, our green foods concentrate. I've been asked for decades to make a green drink. And because we're going to start packaging some beverages, and we found out a way to make our products, our beverages taste delicious without using sugar or carb or those sorts of things, we will have a green drink coming out probably later this year. But in the meantime, we have the perfect green product because that capsule that contains no additives whatsoever contains 500 milligrams of green foods. It contains 100 milligrams of 5 different green foods: spirulina, blue-green algae, chlorella, wheatgrass, and barley grass. And despite the fact that it contains wheatgrass and barley grass, there is no gluten in this product. all of my products are gluten-free. So our spirulina, sun chlorella, our chlorella, our blue-green algae, our wheatgrass and barley grass, they're all, as I was saying before, they're all the benefits of the sun. These are all green foods, and green foods are defined really by the chlorophyll they contain and other carotenoids they contain. And that chlorophyll is how the plant produces its own energy, and also how that plant converts CO2 into oxygen. It's photosynthesis that hopefully will help our planet not be dealing with so much CO2. But green foods have been traditionally and historically viewed as being incredibly important and healthy. And once again, those benefits have been validated by modern science. So what I simply tried to do is, rather than choose between the five, I made a product that delivers all five, equally balanced, 100 milligrams of each in a 500 milligram capsule. There's no additives, there are no binders or fillers or sweeteners, just the five green foods perfectly delivered. What I often do is I take a bottle of water like this, and I take one little capsule of green foods, 500 milligrams, and I empty it in the bottle, and that bottle gets so dark green that it literally looks black. But that's, as I often say, the power of the pigment, the power of the chlorophyll, and those are the wonderful, beneficial, healthy properties that green foods deliver, that they contain. So those are our 4 incredible monthly specials, not a single monthly special, 4 monthly specials this month. We have our cinnamon and berberine to help support and help promote healthy blood sugar levels, healthy insulin metabolism, healthy blood sugar metabolism. We also have our cranberry to help support a healthy urinary tract, bladder, and kidneys. And last but not least, we have all the wonderful health benefits associated with the 5 most important and the 5 most popular green foods. So enjoy our monthly specials.